Mic check 1, 2, 3. We're going live in 3, 2, 1. Good evening and hello everyone. I hope you're doing fine. Those who are watching from near and far, I welcome you to the 35th session of Talenthut Evening Language Club. Well, the temperature is 25 degree around here, and it's a wonderful evening. The winter is completely gone. It's the second day of spring, and there is a gentle breeze blowing outside. I hope you're doing fine. And today we're gonna have conversation, and the topic is leisure time. So, যারা জয়েন করছেন প্রথমবারের মতো সবাইকে স্বাগতম এবং যারা প্রতিদিন দেখছেন তাদেরকে থ্যাংক ইউ। তো লেজার টাইম নিয়ে যেহেতু কথা হবে, সো অবসর সময় বা লেজার টাইমে কে কী করেন সেটা আমাদেরকে কমেন্ট বক্সে জানাতে পারেন এবং আপনাদের কোনো সাজেশন থাকলে বা সব কিছু বুঝতে পারছেন কিনা সেটা আমাদের সাথে শেয়ার করতে পারেন এবং অবশ্যই কেমন আছেন এবং কোথা থেকে বলছেন। সো কথা না বাড়িয়ে আমরা শুরু করে দিব এবং ফার্স্ট কনভারসেশন আই উড লাইক টু হিয়ার ফ্রম মিস্টার সোহেল রানা অ্যান্ড মিস্টার মাহমুদ। সো উই ক্যান স্টার্ট নাও।
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, sir.
Walaikum assalam. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. What about you, sir?
I'm also pretty well. Today our selected topics is leisure time. So I am.
Yes, sir.
What type of activity normally you do in your leisure time? Can you share with me?
Yes, sir. Basically, I pass my leisure time. Saw every time short videos or dramas. Uh, but short video is as like English conversation or any time type of English class as like grammar and others class. And what about you, sir?
Leisure time was busy.
Hello, sir. I can't hear you, sir.
At present time, actually, present life is too much busy time. We have to spend too much busy time. That's perspective. I try or I went time or spare time. Normally, in my leisure time, I try to read some book, any type of books that hard copy or electronics books. Also, in the I spent huge time maybe in surfing internet and spend some time with different type of social
Yes, sir.
social media or social platform such as LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and this type of. I want to ask you: do you think it is important for a human to spend to need leisure time?
Yes, sir. Because nowadays social activities improve our life, but it have some bad activities. But we are when we are doing good activities, do activities our leisure time, then it helpful our life.
Yeah. Actually, which time in a day normally you get your leisure time? Morning, evening, or night time? Which time is the leisure time? Your leisure?
Actually, nowadays my free time is afternoon. Afternoon. Because many time I do class and I complete my home task for IELTS. Then this time I spend in short videos and and Facebook. Sir, sir, do you love uh, pass your time movie or others activities, sir?
Yeah, actually, yeah, a little bit. I sometimes I watch a movie. Normally, English movie I try to watch, but my preferable activity is travel many places. I enjoy
Yeah.
going to a new place and natural place. Normally, I like this type of activity to do in my leisure time, especially before evening and early morning. This is the time I like.
Yes, sir. It is good activities in our life. But nowadays, it was very uh, risky. Risk our life because nowadays we are passing a pandemic situation.
Yeah, I want to share with you regarding this issue. Actually, due to COVID-19, we cannot move freely in outside of our room.
Yeah,
Also, we are trying to recover from COVID-19, and for recovering in COVID-19, we need a strong immunity system in our body, and that's
yeah.
why specialists they are saying we should take exercise. I think we should spend some time for exercising purpose or physical exercise, little bit exercise or sports. We can play some time of sports. This type of activity also helpful for us, I think.
Yes, I appreciate for your suggest, and I try to do this work.
Okay,
Thank
time
you,
to wrap
sir.
this up.
It was a conversation. Have a nice day, and I think after more time, we will talk. Talk.
We'll talk
Yeah,
more.
and thank you for the
Thank you, sir.
nice conversation.
Good night.
Hope for again we will discuss other topics.
Okay. Uh, okay, there are some grinding issues in my area. Someone's cutting down some kind of aluminium. Anyway, I can see to one new member joining in, Mr. Shahidul Islam. Okay. Anyway, that was quite nice conversation about leisure time. Mr. Mahmood and Mr. Sohail Rana, they both shed light on different perspectives. Like they talk about what they do usually in their leisure time, and what was like spending leisure time in COVID-19 period because it was only leisure time. So that was quite great. And Shati ma'am joined in. Shati ma'am, good evening. কেমন আছেন?
গুড ইভিনিং স্যার। ভালো স্যার, আপনি কেমন আছেন?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great. You're sounding refreshed. Okay. Anyway, we have a new member among us, Mr. Shahidul. আপনি কি আছেন আমাদের সাথে?
Yes.
ওকে, তো একটু পরিচয় পর্বটা
Yes.
সেরে ফেলা যাক শর্টলি। তো সাথী ম্যাম আপনাকে দিয়ে শুরু করি। মিস্টার ইমাম আপনি আছেন? ওকে। সাথী ম্যাম আপনার ইন্ট্রোডাকশনটাকে শুনি। কি অবস্থা দেখি।
ওকে স্যার, গুড ইভিনিং স্যার। I'm Shati Akhtar. I live in Dhaka at Manda. I'm a student. Besides, I'm a homemaker. I'm a student of Fushanagar University, Department of Fashion Designer. And I'm also a student of Talenthut Language Institute. And for IELTS, actually, I'm taking IELTS preparation. And 25th February already my exam will held. And And I hope you will enjoy with us in language club. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Nice
that
to meet
was nice and warm welcome as usual from Shati ma'am. I really enjoyed that. Anyway, now Mr. Imam, are you there? Can you hear me?
So now I am taking dinner.
ওকে শর্টলি ইন্ট্রোডাকশনটা দিয়ে দেন শুনি। আর জুবাইর আহমেদ আছেন আমাদের সাথে জয়েন করেছেন মিস্টার জুবাইর। গুড ইভিনিং, কেমন আছেন আপনি?
Okay.
আই হোপ ইউ ডুইং ফাইন। ওকে, হ্যাঁ বলেন মিস্টার ইমাম।
I am MD Imam Hussain. I am a Upazila ICT trainer Lalmondola and I am a guest lecturer of Dr. Azharuddin Memorial College. And now I am a current student of University of Asia Pacific Department of CSE. That's it.
Okay, thank you. And now I would like to hear from Mr. Mahmoud Hassan. Your turn to introduce yourself to us.
Hello, sir. Good evening. This is Mahmoud Hassan. I live in Dhaka at Manda, and I am a student Talenthut Institute for IELTS exam. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, now Mr. Solana, it's your turn.
Yeah, thank you. This is Soel. Normally I live in Gazipur. I'm working in a pharmaceutical industry. Mm, and also I'm practicing with Talenthut Online Language Club. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Soel. Well, I can see another new member joining in with us from batch 8, Mr. Abdul Al Masum. Mr. Abdul Al Masum, can you hear me? আপনি কি আমাকে শুনতে
Yes,
পাচ্ছেন?
yes,
ওকে, তো পরিচয় কার কারটা পেয়েছেন বলেন। পরিচয় পর্ব চলছিল আমাদের ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ
uh,
ক্লাব মেম্বারদের সাথে।
already I have taken the introduction Mahmoud Hassan and last. Okay, now I want to introduce myself. If you allow me, this is Abdullah Masum. I am from Gaivanda. Currently, I am living in Cox's Bazar. I am a humanitarian worker. I am working in Plan International Bangladesh, uh, and I want to improve my capacity. That's why I am here. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's nice to know about you, Mr. Abdul Al Masum. I hope you'll enjoy with us. Anyway, and Mr. Shahid, আপনি কি আছেন, শুনতে পাচ্ছেন?
Yes, I hear it. Yes, sir.
ওকে, এবার আপনার ইন্ট্রোডাকশনে পালা, বলেন দেখি কি অবস্থা।
My name is Shahidul Islam. I recently I passed HSC to 2020 and I preparation IPS exam. So thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shahidul Islam. And today's topic is leisure time. আমাদের অবশ্য সময় নিয়ে আজকে কথা বলার কথা, এবং অলরেডি আমরা একটা কনভারসেশন শুনে ফেলেছি বিটুইন মিস্টার মাহমুদ and Mr. সোহেল রানা. So for the next conversation, I think Mr. Imam, after you finish your dinner, you can raise your hand and then we'll invite you for a conversation. So এখন হচ্ছে কনভারসেশনের জন্য I would like to invite Shati ma'am, and আমাদের তো বাকি আছেন দুজন নতুন মেম্বার। নতুন মেম্বারদের মধ্যে কেউ কি কনভারসেশন করতে আগ্রহী আছেন লেজার টাইম নিয়ে?
Yes, I want to conversation
Okay, sure,
about.
that's the spirit. Mr. Masoom, okay, so Mr. Masoom and Shati ma'am, let's have a conversation about leisure time.
okay, sir. Good evening, Mr. Masum sir. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm also fine.
Okay.
What do you do?
Actually, I am working as a humanitarian worker, and I am working in a non-government organization in Cox's Bazar.
That's good, sir. Sir, what kind of activities do you like to do in your free time?
Actually, when I free in my during my time, mostly I like to tour in surrounding my area. And another thing, if I want to tell you honestly, that's Actually, I am not free anytime. Always I will. Always I try to work something. That's why most of the time I have busy to my work. Uh, that's it, and that's
That's
it.
good, sir. I mean, I think you like hang out in your free time. And do you like read your book
Uh,
or leisure
actually,
time?
mm, no. Actually, currently I do not read in books, but sometimes I read a newspaper, and another time I will try to do Facebooking, and sometimes I try to
Actually, it's
watching.
nowadays Facebooking is so famous for everyone.
Yes,
Their leisure time, I
and
think.
most and another time I watch the video in YouTube, something like build up to capacity in
Yeah.
something. Not only for English language, but also I try to learn many things, many other things. Okay.
And in my free time, I actually it's totally depend on my mind. Sometimes I like to read books. Sometimes I like Facebooking and to chat with others, friends. And sometimes I also like hang out in outside. Actually, it's depend on mind.
Hello, Shatimam. Could you please introduce yourself? Actually, I missed your introduction.
Okay, sir. Actually, I live in Dhaka. My name is Shathi Akhtar, you know. I live in Dhaka at Manda currently, and I'm basically from Boishal, Borguna. And
Yes.
I'm a student. Besides, I'm a homemaker, and I'm a student of Sonaga University. And you know,
Wow.
my IELTS exam in this month, 25th February.
Wow. That means you are most experienced in this area. Okay. And
No,
today
no.
is my first day, so it's little bit problem for me. Okay, no
Yeah,
problem. Go
yes, sir.
ahead.
Sir, when you go outside in your leisure time, that time which people do you like to go with you?
When I moved to another area, that's time I want to bring. I want to actually not. I move with my family and my children. Okay.
So, do
I
you
have.
think
Oh
nowadays nowadays do you think nowadays uh, uh, people do same kind of activities um, uh, uh, like Facebooking and like other social activities.
could it? Can you tell me again? I cannot understand.
Actually, I want to tell you now. Do you think that nowadays people like in their leisure time Facebook using? I mean,
Yes.
they
Yes.
are
I got
affected
your point.
by some social media, but before 10 years ago or 5 years ago, people didn't habituated with this.
No, actually
that
not.
time uh, uh, that time uh, that time there are people children and young people like to different kind of activity in their leisure time. What do you think
Yes.
about this?
Yes, actually, you said truly. Last 10 or 15 years ago, the young star they spend their time, leisure time, to playing cricket or football or something else, and sometimes they move in afternoon. But currently, most of the people, not only youngster, most of the people are engaged in the Facebooking, and they spend their time. So I think sometimes it is good thing, but also sometimes is I think some people lost their time there to Facebooking. But if anyone want to learn something or want to improve their capacity, of course, I think it is the super important or most important platform to improve their capacity. So I think currently it is of course essential to our life, but also we need to move or engage in other activities. That is my
Yes,
view.
yes, you're right. I heard that from my family member. They in their pastime, few years ago, in their pastime, they like to go cinema hall their weekend day. But
Yes,
nowadays, I didn't in nowadays I didn't heard that from anyone that people go a cinema hall for in their leisure time for hang out or refreshment.
yes, yeah, that's true. Because current situation, the FDC or the Department of the FDC, they have not made the qualitative movie, as well as many cinema hall already closed, and the movie or internet. Yeah, most of the people in their have in a mobile phone in their hands. That's why when anyone want to watch any movie or any drama or something else, then they can easily watch this movie or drama. That's why director are not interested to make the new movie, and some cinema hall already closed or shut down. That's why the importance of the cinema is decreased day by day. I think so.
Uh, Yes, you are right. And I in my childhood, I in my childhood I spent with my family members by watching television. But nowadays, mothers affected by Star Joshua, they don't like to watch other activities in TV in TV with their children.
Back to our topic, leisure time. We're talking about leisure time, right?
Yes, yes,
It's going
exactly.
more towards television.
Yes,
And we'll talk about that. That's a good point. We'll talk about that.
Yes, sir. This all kind of nowadays leisure time actually uh, uh, um extinct. I think people don't like to do other activities like football, cricket, playing football, cricket, and other games. Like me, before 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I always like to play badminton with my friends. But now I don't like anything do anything. I also don't like to go outside. Most of the time I like to spend my time on my with my phone, mobile phone actually.
great. Thank you, Shatiman, and thank you everyone
Sir,
to giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
okay, thank you, have a nice day. I also enjoyed with you. So it was our first conversation. Thank you, sir, have a nice day. Night.
Okay, that was a wonderful conversation between Shati ma'am and Mr. Uh, and Abdullah Masoom sir, and they actually talked about many things like what are their leisure time activities, and one thing I enjoyed most that they discussed about what people used to do earlier in to do in the leisure time and what people like to do now in the leisure time. And that's very great. They talked from different perspectives and it was great. Anyway, Mr. Imam Hussain had raised his hand. So, are you ready, Mr. Imam?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's have a Mr. Shahid. আপনি কি কনভারসেশন করতে আগ্রহী নাকি শুনবেন বলেন কোনটা?
আজকে স্যার শুনি।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, সমস্যা নেই। কারেজ গ্যাদার করেন, শোনেন, কারণ হচ্ছে ভালো বক্তা হতে হলে ভালো শ্রোতা হওয়াটা খুব জরুরি এবং আপনি শুনতে চাইছেন,
Yes.
দ্যাটস এ ভেরি গুড সাইন। ওকে, সো মিস্টার ইমাম, লেটস স্টার্ট আওয়ার কনভারসেশন অ্যাবাউট লেজার টাইম, রাইট?
Okay, sir.
So,
Yes.
I think, in my opinion, people had their share of leisure time in 2020. What do you think? Last
Yes,
year
sir.
was a last year, oh, the whole last year was a big leisure time for everyone. That's what I meant to say.
Yes, sir. You are you talk to right because in last year the year was corona pandemic situation, and this situation is very typically hard because uh, everybody don't everybody don't go here and there in this situation, and
I agree with you.
everybody.
I agree with you totally because okay, sound repeat হচ্ছে কেন? Well, মিস্টার ইমাম, আপনি কি
Hello.
আর কোনো ডিভাইসে প্লে করছেন?
জি না।
ওকে, নাও আমার আওয়াজ তো রিপিট আসছে না, তার মানে হচ্ছে মিস্টার ইমাম আপনার হচ্ছে যেটা করতে হবে সেটা হচ্ছে ইয়ারফোন বা দুইটা ডিভাইস একসাথে স্কাইপে কানেক্টেড দেওয়া আছে, দ্যাটস ওয়াই আই ক্যান হিয়ার মাই রিপিট ভয়েস। সো মিস্টার ইমাম, আর ইউ দেয়ার, ক্যান ইউ হিয়ার মি?
স্যার এখন শুনতে পাচ্ছেন?
এখন
হ্যালো।
ঠিক আছে, এখন ঠিক আছে, অ্যাবসলিউটলি রাইট।
না স্যার, আমার একটাই ছিল।
Okay, no problem, no issues. Okay, you're burping. I can hear you burping, Mr. Imam, and that is not ideal etiquette. Anyway, let's move on to our topic, leisure time. Yes, as you can say, in the previous year we had to stay inside. We were confined to our homes due to the pandemic. We were afraid, and uh, due to the educational institutes and the offices being closed, we had much spare time in our hands. So, what kind of activities did you do in that time? What was your leisure time activities back then?
স্যার,
In the
uh,
pandemic time?
in this pandemic time, I don't use leisure time because my university was running in this time. Online class uh, we started in this time.
Okay,
That's
that's
why
and before
I
that,
don't.
and
Yes.
before that, what oh, I did ask you. You didn't have any leisure time like Friday or something like that. What did you do in that
Yes,
time?
sir. Yes, sir. Friday is my leisure time, and uh, in others day I don't feel leisure time.
Okay, so what did you do in that leisure time in that particular period?
Uh, in this day, I woke up at 10 a.m. in the
And
morning,
okay, and
and then I go to outside to free my time. That's
okay, that's pretty great to hear. Well, let me share my activities during the pandemic situation. What I did in my leisure time. Well, everything. I think the lockdown started from March 18. March 18, yes, March 18, and we're actually uh, facing 1 year since the first lockdown came into being. When things started, it was really horrible because the whole area was empty. As I live in Gajipur, it is a quite populated area, especially by the students. who come here for different purposes like job preparation, admission, or varsity students. They deserted the place because of the pandemic. The halls were closed, the shops were closed, so I didn't have anywhere to go for passing my leisure time. I couldn't go to tea stalls or some to have some snacks, or go somewhere to roam around, or some natural places. I didn't have the privilege, so I had to stay indoors. One thing I was quite busy building the online platform for our students. I was helping out my colleagues, so it was quite great experience for me. And I was that time I was connected to. I installed Wi-Fi in my home so that I could connect with everyone in real time. It was really great to connect with everyone in through internet. It was really great, but it was also sad because I couldn't move around a bit, as I am uh, a adventure loving person. I couldn't go outside. So what about you, Mr. Imam? What did you feel that time? What did you feel in that leisure time? What was your feelings?
Sorry, in my leisure time, I talked to you before.
Yes,
Uh,
I think we
I
started.
get some.
Yes, Mr. Imam. Do you remember we started the language club in the pandemic time? First,
Yes, sir.
and there I think all the founding members are in here, like Mr. Russell were here, Shati ma'am was here, Mr. Soil Rana was here, and Mr. Imam, you were also one of them. So we had our time, we took different kind of activities, and I think time went well. And thank you, Mr. Imam, for joining with me for such a nice conversation. I hope you have a nice time. Thank you. Good night.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So that was our conversation, and Mr. Russell joined in. Mr. Russell, good evening. কেমন আছেন?
Good evening, sir. I'm fine, thank you.
I'm also doing great. Have you reached your home? Are you still in
Yes,
hospital?
sir. Now
Oh,
I'm in, sir.
okay, and it was really nice having you here
We
because
want to see your baby picture.
yes, I
Okay,
only
just
see.
wait.
I have only
One
seen
second, sir.
I have only
দিয়ে
seen the
দিচ্ছি এখন।
fingers, right? In Orin
Yes, sir.
Ma'am's
But
story.
baby pic এখনই দিয়ে দিচ্ছি, sir. One second.
Okay.
Uh, এই যে দিয়ে দিয়েছি।
Are you cradling the baby right now, Mr. Russell?
Uh, sorry, sir.
Are you cradling the baby now? মানে বাচ্চা কি কোলে নিয়ে আছেন এখন?
না, 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 আমি কোলে নিয়ে নাই। আমার মার কোলে আছে, sir.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। Okay, anyway,
Bless
I
English
think
Club
it's
Evening. Okay, দিয়ে দিয়েছি, sir.
আজকে this is a quite happy occasion for you, I hope. Okay, mashallah, he looks great, and we all pray that he will be a wonderful person. He'll grow up to be a wonderful person. Anyway, Mr. Russell, are you available for the conversation? We were talking about leisure time, which you will
Uh,
not have in anytime soon.
uh,
I think your career as a PUBG player is finished.
I think so.
Definitely. Now you don't have any kind of excuse for that. So let's hear about your leisure activities.
Okay, sir.
So, Mr. Russell, what is your regular leisure time activities? Can you share with us?
Yes, sir. When I will get a single minute, I'm trying to involve with the PUBG, sir. But I think in the next morning, its scenario would be totally different for me.
Different, definitely.
Because when I get free time, it's my not only responsibility, it's my duty to give to I will give more and more time to my child so that he could grow up very fast, and he learn all the manner from me.
Yes, actually, we are. The article will help you. The
Yeah,
article
right,
we are
sir.
reading right now, 16 great manners. And Mr. Russell, when there was pandemic, I think our leisure time activities changed a bit. Like I said, I couldn't go outside, and usually I spend my weekends outside with my friends or family. So, what about you? What did any kind of change came in your leisure time activities in the pandemic time,
Actually,
lockdown?
yes, sir. Leisure time is actually, sir. Corona pandemic played a vital role on my life, not only on my life, all of my friends and relatives' life. Because at the Corona pandemic situation, all of my friends they stay their home, and I also stay my hometown at Shirazganj. But we have a fixed time. It was after Asr. All the friends go out at our child playground where we spend more and more time with play cricket, football, all kind of game.
So,
And
wasn't there anyone chasing you like local authorities? Didn't they chase you? In my area,
yeah,
they chased around.
continuously, because the most funniest thing that we just face a different direction everyone, so that we can follow in our front side. If any police or any local authority come, he
That
just
was also
told us,
fun.
please, we should go.
There was running all around, like where people are gathering. The enforcement agencies used to chase around them, and it was quite fun.
Right, sir.
I used to observe them from my rooftop sometimes, and it was quite funny.
Yes, sir. And we are always alert about it, because sometimes they also punished someone
Yes.
about their violence. It's not actually violence; they just broken the rules.
Yes, also there were some viral videos about people doing sit-ups in the road, holding their ears. So there were some viral activities going on. So it's
Actually, sir,
better to stay safe than embarrassed in your leisure time.
yes, sir. You can actually. We know that it's not right, but actually we could not control our emotion, because when all of my childhood friend we are stay together, or we just meet up in a typical time, we just meet all of my friend in the Eid, on the Eid ul Azha or Eid ul Fitr, but
Yes, on the
it's
vacation
not
days only.
regularly. But it's a great time for us. We know that it's more harmful for our economical sector in our
Yes.
country, but it's perfect for us, because all of my friend and we stay together and will spend a fantastic time at the afternoon in our local playground. And when we stay there, we just recall all of lots of memory in our childhood, and we just discuss with it, and somebody tell us how it was really amazing time. And someone just poked me, and I also poked on my other friend, and it's poked with our funniest memory in our childhood. So it was really amazing, sir.
Yes, I think the people who went to their hometown, they had that privilege. But one thing I had, I actually was used to it. I when I went outside in daytime in the lockdown time, when I got my leisure time between online classes and other things, interviews, I had some free time, and I used to go outside for walking. And the road was so clean that time. There were no vehicles moving around, so I could walk in the middle of the road. Sometimes I went to some places walking alone, and it felt like I am in the some kind of movie set, post-apocalyptic movie set, like the world has ended and everybody, no one is in the road. The feeling was actually great. I could
It's
finally.
one kind of dead city, sir.
Yes, dead city. Yes, silent city. No one is around. No bus is honking the horns. No auto rickshaws. Nothing. Just some people who are trying to go out for their daily necessities. And the number was limited to for the first 3 months. And that changed my actually leisure time. I read so many books in the leisure time, especially. One of my favorite writer, Jim Butcher, published new book in that time, Peace Talks. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I started two more book series, and I felt really wonderful. What about you? Uh, did you start playing games as your leisure time activity in the lockdown, or did you start
Okay,
after
sir.
that?
In Corona, before Corona pandemic situation, I was playing PUBG, but it's not. I'm not addicted. I was not addicted with it, but due to during a Corona pandemic situation, it's a time of Ramadan. Every day after 10 at night we started PUBG, and it we
Yes,
just finished it
Seri.
before Seri.
Before Seri, yes. Because
And
it's the ideal
that's why,
time. It is
yes,
a
sir.
it is an excuse to stay awake.
And it was possible for me because my wife was stay at their own home, in actually his father home, her father home. So it's a great opportunities for me.
no
It
one
was
there
really great
no one is
opportunities
there
for
to
me.
taunt you for your actions. So you are free, like in childhood when our parents used to go outside. I used to see movies. There was a DVD player, so that was the leisure time I had. Also in I think noon time, after everyone got asleep, I used to read storybooks in my leisure time. So that was a wonderful thing from my childhood. And what about you? Did you
Yes, sir.
go to play
Actually,
outside that time?
I don't. Yeah, I just play cricket with all of my friends at the noon maximum day. But sir, PUBG is not only a PUBG, though PUBG is a addicted game and it's a more and more bad side. But but something was also very interesting. It
You
was
can
I
vent
just
out your angers. You can vent out your
yeah, and
angers, frustration, and everything in that game plan.
everything, and not only frustration, everything, we just meet more and more native people, and we just when I played with other people, someone come from different country, Australia's people, New Zealand people and Indian people and different kind of people, and I just talked with them, and it's totally in I just talked with them by English. So it also helped me to develop to myself. So
Fluently.
because
Yes,
yes, sir,
fluency
fluently,
level.
because their accent was totally different and my accent was totally different, and so I just trying to follow them, and I think they also trying to follow me if they like any more part from my space.
Okay,
So yes.
uh, that was, I think, quite great. And if we continue, we can continue the whole night, I think, having this kind of conversation. But I think we have audiences waiting. So we should finish this
Okay.
now. They're eagerly waiting. So thank you for joining in this conversation, and congratulations again on your achievement, I would like to say. Congratulations on your baby boy, and have a nice time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, I just had a conversation with our hardcore gamer and now full-time father, Mr. James Russell, and we had a wonderful conversation on leisure time. I hope you enjoyed that. সো মোটামুটি আজকে আমাদের কনভারসেশনে পালা শেষ, এবং নেক্সট দিন আমরা যেটা পড়বো সেটা হচ্ছে একটা আর্টিকেল, 16টা ম্যানার যেটা বাচ্চাদের আসলে শেখানো উচিত। এটা পড়ছি আমরা রিডার্স ডাইজেস্ট থেকে। সো এখন একটু শুনবো আমাদের নতুন মেম্বার মিস্টার মামুনের কাছ থেকে যে আজকে ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ক্লাব সেশনটা তার কেমন লাগলো। সো মিস্টার মামুন,
Uh,
I
yes.
hope we didn't bore you.
No, no, no. Actually, it is very much helped me, and I feel better. And actually, thank you, all of you. That I think if I want to fluent if I want to improve our fluency, we must to speak. If I feel shyness, then I cannot speaking in English. So I think it is a great platform to improve our skill or improve our fluency. Thank you so much, sir, for making that group or enroll me in this group. Thank you,
Actually,
sir.
actually, all of the members, you people are making this group happen. I'm just a, what do they say? I'm just a connector between you, mediator, if you can say. But I really feel it really feels great to see you, everyone in here. We're trying to reach towards. Actually, we're travelers. I can say travelers or explorers. We're trying to explore new things, like we're reading articles, we're trying to have conversation in new topics, and in between we're learning something. এটাই হচ্ছে এক্সপ্লোরারের বৈশিষ্ট্য। এক্সপ্লোরাররা কি করে, নতুন নতুন পথ খুঁজে নেয়, তারা পথ নতুন খুঁজে চলতে থাকে এবং পথে নতুন কিছু শিখতে থাকে। অ্যান্ড উইয়ার এক্সপ্লোরার্স অফ ইংলিশ, সো উইয়ার ডুইং দ্যাট। অ্যান্ড স্পেশালি আমি থ্যাংক ইউ দিব যে আসলে ব্যস্ততার মধ্যেও কিন্তু সবাই জয়েন করছেন, যে সবাই এখানে যথেষ্ট ব্যস্ত মানুষ অ্যান্ড স্টিল দে আর মেকিং টাইম ফর দিস। লাইক মামুন সাহেবের 9টা ক্লাস আছে কিন্তু উনি এখনও কানেক্টেড আছেন আমাদের সাথে, অ্যান্ড দ্যাটস প্রিটি গ্রেট। অ্যান্ড থ্যাংক ইউ ফর জয়নিং দিস সেশনস। আর যারা আমাদেরকে নিয়মিত দেখেন তাদেরকে একটু ধন্যবাদ দিব যে আসলে আহ, সবারই সময়ের এখন দাম আছে, তারপরেও আসলে আমরা একটু সময় বের করে এখানে আসি, প্র্যাকটিস করার চেষ্টা করি, শুনি, এবং বিলিভ মি যতদিন পর্যন্ত আপনার আগ্রহ থাকবে আপনি কিছু না কিছু শিখতে পারবেন। এই হচ্ছে বিষয়, সেটা বয়স যতই হোক না কেন। ওকে, এনিওয়ে, সো আজকের মতো এখানেই থাকুক। আগামীকাল সকালে টালেন্টেড আইএলটিএস বাংলাতে আসছি সকালবেলা, সো সেটার আমন্ত্রণ জানিয়ে আজকের মতো বিদায় নিচ্ছি। আপডেট পৃথিবী। ওকে, দেখে নিব না, সমস্যা নাই। থ্যাংক ইউ ফর জয়নিং ইন। অ্যান্ড মিস্টার জুবাইর আহমেদ, আপনার যদি বার্থডে হয়ে থাকে আজকে, হ্যাপি বার্থডে টু ইউ অ্যান্ড থ্যাংকস ফর দ্য ইনভিটেশন। সো আজকের মতো আমি এখানে বিদায় নিচ্ছি। সবাই ভালো থাকেন, সুস্থ থাকেন, অ্যান্ড হ্যাভ এ নাইস টাইম। গুড নাইট এভরিওয়ান। আল্লাহ হাফেজ।
আল্লাহ হাফেজ।
ওকে।